Neri Zilber is a fellow at the Washington Institute for Near East Policy, and he joins us now live from Tel Aviv. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Do you see this as a referendum on Netanyahu's performance, and is that enough to motivate voters to go to the polls today?
I think that's probably accurate. It's not only a referendum on Netanyahu, but it really is a campaign built around Netanyahu, both in terms of his own strategy and as well as his political rivals. So a referendum on his rule, 10 decades old now, and also what he intends to do if he were to win again, whether in terms of annexing parts of the West Bank, as he's promised, in terms of certain judicial reforms he's seeking to implement with regard to the Supreme Court, and arguably, most importantly, how he's going to handle the looming corruption indictments that are set to come down the pike in a few weeks.
Right. How important, though, is this election really? Do you feel it could actually change Israel's direction, or, in essence, are the leading candidates a little too similar?
So it's right to say that the election is less about policies than about personalities. And it's also correct to say that even his left-wing or center-left opponents don't really have a likely path to form their own government. So even in their case, the best case scenario would be a unity government with them, with the centrist parties, and Netanyahu's Likud. The only question really is whether Netanyahu will remain head of the Likud, and that in and of itself could be nothing short of revolutionary here in Israel, given the fact that Netanyahu has led the country for so long.
Right. You know, from outside Israel, we are constantly looking at Netanyahu's often very controversial foreign policy choices. But how important are those foreign policy issues really to voters going to the polls today?
So I think it's less about foreign policy. You're correct. There's widespread agreement, for instance, about Netanyahu's regional policy, counteracting Iran's efforts militarily, whether in Syria or Lebanon or farther afield. So there's a wide consensus on those issues. But domestically, especially on issues relating to religion and state, and the role of the ultra-Orthodox parties in the political system, that's really a primary concern for many voters, as well as the democratic underpinnings of the Israeli state, Supreme Court, the police, the state prosecutors. All these institutions Netanyahu has attacked personally because they're the ones actually investigating him for his various corruption investigations and allegations.
Neri Zilber, thank you so much for joining us there from Tel Aviv. We appreciate it.